Jack stood by his bedroom window, watching the moving truck pull up next door. The new neighbors were finally arriving, and he felt a mix of curiosity and nervousness. He had always found it a bit challenging to introduce himself to new people, especially in English. But today, he was determined to make a good impression. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the neighborhood. Jack could see the family stepping out of their car, a couple with 2 kids, about his age. They seemed friendly, smiling as they began unloading boxes from the truck. Jack's heart raced a little as he thought about walking over to say hello. He turned away from the window and paced his room, rehearsing what he might say. "Hello, I'm Jack. Welcome to the neighborhood," he muttered under his breath. It sounded simple enough, but the thought of actually saying it made his palms sweat. His sister, Lily, popped her head into his room. "Are you going to say hi to the new neighbors?" she asked, a teasing smile on her face. Jack nodded, trying to appear more confident than he felt. "Yeah, I think I will. Maybe I'll take them a little welcome gift," Lily grinned. "That's a great idea. How about some cookies?" "Everyone loves cookies," Jack agreed, feeling a bit more at ease with a plan in mind. He headed to the kitchen with Lily to prepare a small basket of cookies. As they worked, he practiced his introduction, determined to make a friendly first impression. With the cookies ready, Jack took a deep breath, grabbed the basket, and headed towards the door. It was time to meet the new neighbors and hopefully make some new friends. Jack stood in the kitchen, the aroma of freshly baked cookies filling the air. He and Lily had spent the last hour baking and decorating the cookies, making sure they looked as welcoming as possible. Jack felt a bit more confident now, with a tangible gift in hand to break the ice. "Remember, just be yourself," Lily encouraged, handing him the basket. "People appreciate sincerity," Jack nodded, repeating the phrases he had practiced earlier. "Hello, I'm Jack. Welcome to the neighborhood. I brought you some cookies." It felt more natural each time he said it, and he hoped it would come out smoothly when he met the new family. As he walked towards the front door, Jack's mind raced with thoughts of how the encounter might go. He imagined the family being friendly and appreciative, which helped calm his nerves. He knew that first impressions were important, and he wanted to make sure his was a positive one. Lily walked with him to the door, offering one last piece of advice. "If you get stuck, just smile and listen. People love to talk about themselves." With a deep breath, Jack opened the door and stepped outside. The sun was still shining brightly, and he could see the new neighbors arranging furniture on their porch. He felt a flutter of nerves, but pushed it aside, focusing on the task at hand. As he approached the house, he noticed the family pausing their work to look his way. Jack smiled, holding up the basket of cookies as a peace offering. "Hi, I'm Jack from next door," he began, feeling the words flow more easily than he had expected. "Welcome to the neighborhood." Jack stood at the edge of the new neighbor's driveway, feeling a mix of excitement and anxiety. The family paused their unpacking to greet him, their faces lighting up with welcoming smiles. The father, A tall man with glasses stepped forward first. "Hello there," he said warmly. "You must be from next door," Jack nodded, trying to keep his voice steady. "Yes, I'm Jack. Welcome to the neighborhood. I brought you some cookies." The mother, a cheerful woman with curly hair, clapped her hands together. "Oh, how lovely. Thank you so much, Jack. I'm Sarah, and this is my husband, Tom." Tom shook Jack's hand firmly. "It's great to meet you, Jack. We really appreciate the warm welcome." Jack felt his nerves ease as he handed over the basket. "I hope you like them. My sister and I made them this morning." Sarah smiled, taking the basket. "I'm sure they're delicious. Our kids will love them." Speaking of which, these are our children, Emily and Noel. Emily, a girl about Jack's age, waved shyly, while Noah, a younger boy, grinned widely. "Hi, Jack," Noah exclaimed. "Thanks for the cookies." Jack chuckled, feeling more at ease. "You're welcome, Noel. If you need any help with the move or have questions about the neighborhood, just let me know." Tom nodded appreciatively. "That's very kind of you, Jack. We're still getting settled, but it's nice to know we have friendly neighbors." As they chatted, Jack learned that the family had moved from a nearby city and were excited to explore their new surroundings. Emily mentioned her interest in joining the local soccer team, and Jack offered to introduce her to some friends who played. The conversation flowed naturally, and Jack found himself enjoying the interaction more than he had anticipated. He realized that his initial nervousness had faded, replaced by a genuine interest in getting to know his new neighbors. After a while, Jack noticed the sun beginning to set, casting a warm glow over the street. He decided it was time to head back home. "It was great meeting all of you," he said sincerely. "I'm sure we'll see each other around." Sarah nodded. "Absolutely, Jack. Thank you again for the cookies and for stopping by." With a final wave, Jack turned to leave, feeling a sense of accomplishment. He had not only welcomed the new family but also made a positive first impression, setting the stage for a budding friendship. As Jack walked back home, he reflected on the encounter with his new neighbors. The initial nervousness he had felt seemed like a distant memory now. He realized that taking the first step to introduce himself had been the hardest part, but once he started talking, everything flowed naturally. Back in his room, Jack sat by the window, watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and pink. He felt a sense of pride for having overcome his anxiety and for making a good impression. It was a small victory, but it meant a lot to him. His sister, Lily, joined him, a knowing smile on her face. "So, how did it go?" she asked, settling into the chair next to him. Jack grinned. "It went really well. They were super nice, and they seemed to appreciate the cookies. I even offered to introduce Emily to some friends who play soccer." Lily nodded approvingly. "That's great, Jack. See, I told you it wouldn't be so bad." "Sometimes you just have to take that leap," Jack agreed, feeling more confident about his ability to connect with others. "Yeah, you're right. I guess I was just overthinking it. They sat in comfortable silence for a moment, watching the last rays of sunlight disappear behind the houses. Jack felt grateful for Lily's encouragement and support, knowing that it had made a big difference. As the evening settled in, Jack decided to jot down some notes about the day in his journal. He wanted to remember this moment and the lessons he had learned about facing his fears and reaching out to others. With a renewed sense of determination, Jack promised himself that he would continue to practice his English and build more connections in the neighborhood. He knew that each interaction would help him grow more confident and comfortable in his new environment. The next morning, Jack woke up feeling refreshed and eager to continue building his new friendships. He decided to invite Emily and Noah over to play some games and explore the neighborhood together. With a quick breakfast and a plan in mind, he headed next door. As he approached the house, he saw Emily and Noah playing in their front yard. "Hey, Emily." "Hey, Noah," Jack called out, waving enthusiastically. "Would you like to come over and play some games?" Emily's face lit up with excitement. "That sounds fun. Let me just ask my mom." A few moments later, Emily and Noah joined Jack, and they headed to his backyard. Jack had set up a small soccer goal and a few other games to keep them entertained. As they played, laughter and friendly competition filled the air. "You're really good at soccer, Emily," Jack complimented as she scored another goal. "I think you'll fit right in with the local team," Emily beamed at the praise. "Thanks, Jack. I can't wait to meet your friends and join the team," Noah, not wanting to be left out, chimed in, "and I'm going to be the best cheerleader." Jack chuckled, appreciating Noah's enthusiasm. "You'll be great, Noah." As the afternoon wore on, the trio decided to take a break and explore the neighborhood. Jack showed them his favorite spots, including the local park and the small ice cream shop on the corner. They chatted about their interests and shared stories about their previous homes. Through these interactions, Jack realized how much he enjoyed spending time with Emily and Noah. They had quickly become more than just neighbors, they were friends. The ease with which they connected made Jack feel more at home in his neighborhood. As the sun began to set, Jack walked Emily and Noah back to their house. "Thanks for hanging out today," he said. "I had a lot of fun," Emily nodded, smiling. "Me too. Let's do this again soon," Noah added. "Yeah, next time, I'll bring my favorite board game." Jack waved goodbye, feeling grateful for the new friendships he had formed. He knew that these connections would continue to grow, making his neighborhood feel even more like home. As the days passed, Jack found himself growing more comfortable in his interactions with Emily, Noah, and their family. The initial nervousness he had felt seemed like a distant memory, replaced by a sense of belonging and friendship. He realized that taking the first step to introduce himself had opened up a world of new experiences and connections. One evening, as Jack sat by his window, he reflected on how much had changed since the new neighbors moved in. He felt proud of himself for stepping out of his comfort zone and making an effort to connect with others. It was a small step, but it had made a big difference in his life. His sister, Lily joined him, bringing 2 cups of hot chocolate. "You've been spending a lot of time with Emily and Noah," she remarked, handing him a cup. Jack nodded, smiling. "Yeah, they're great. I'm really glad I got to know them." Lily took a sip of her drink, her eyes twinkling with pride. "I'm proud of you, Jack. You've come a long way." Jack felt a warmth spread through him, not just from the hot chocolate, but from the realization that he had grown more confident and comfortable in his new environment. "Thanks, Lily. I couldn't have done it without your encouragement." As they sat together, watching the stars twinkle in the night sky, Jack promised himself that he would continue to practice his English and build more connections in the neighborhood. He knew that each interaction would help him grow more confident and comfortable in his new environment. With a renewed sense of determination, Jack looked forward to the future, eager to embrace whatever new adventures awaited him.